What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle. Yes, it's the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on, and hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hustle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all of those. Also, make sure you follow me on my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there. So please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for. All right. And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members. And we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. But y'all knew that. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be your family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen because you already know when I drop these videos, get them notifications. It's going to be some information that's going to help you win. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about identity theft. Yes, identity theft. Identity theft is becoming a very popular scam, scheme, tool that's being utilized for scams and schemes and fraud that's going on in today's world. And a lot of methods, a lot of scams, a lot of schemes that's popularized in today's world revolves around identity theft. A lot of majority of scams and schemes revolve around identity theft. And a lot of people don't understand that because most scams and most schemes in today's society, in today's world, revolves around getting certain things and utilizing other people's information to get certain things so it won't come back on that scammer or that person. So a lot of people are starting to utilize other people's identities to do a lot of different things, especially with pre-built CPNs. Now, hold on. Wipe this off. Now, identity theft is very common. It's making a lot of people money. A lot of people understand that anybody's identity, depending on the person, can determine what can be done. So you got people with bad credit, you got people with good credit, you got people with good credit profiles, you got people with businesses, you got people with a lot of different things going on, but it all starts with their identity. And people figure out methods, schemes, and scams to utilize other people's identity to do things. Now, people got to understand that wherever there's money being made, there's going to be some type of scam, fraud, or scheme being committed. And that's just how the world works. And people don't take it serious until it hits close to home or it happens to them. So people got to understand whatever way that anybody can utilize their information and get some money, a scammer can do the exact same thing. So people can get mortgage loans, people can get $1 million business loans, people can get credit cards, lines of credit, auto loans, etc., utilizing credit profiles. Now, when it comes to scammers stealing people's identity, it also goes into utilizing that person's credit profile because you're not going to be able to get a car with bad credit. You're not going to be able to get a loan with bad credit. You're not going to be able to get a credit card with bad credit unless you have the right documentations that you need to get approved for a bad credit, loan, credit card, or line of credit with that credit profile. Now, it's even got to the point where people have figured out how to create new profiles. And whenever there's something created, people utilize it in different ways. And they say, you know what, I know a lot of these people don't even know what's going on in the first place. So I'm going to just do this and sell this to them and they'll never know. So you got CPNs, you got pre-built CPNs. And people are under the impression that a CPN is a CPN. People are under the impression that CPNs are stolen identities, which is incorrect. There are pre-built CPNs and there's regular CPNs. Pre-built CPNs is basically a CPN that has a credit profile already attached to it. And for anybody with common sense, you should know that there is no way for somebody to sell you a credit profile with credit already attached to it, because in order for anybody to have good credit, a credit profile and things like that, there has to be something established on it, meaning that you got trade lines, you've been paying on these trade lines, you got bid, all these different type of things in order for you to have an established credit profile. So if somebody is selling you a pre-built CPN with a credit profile already attached to it and say, oh, you can get this apartment, you can get this car, you can get this loan, you can get this and get that, you got to understand that's stolen identity. And then they giving you, but y'all already be knowing this also, because y'all get fake IDs with somebody else's information attached to it. You know that's not your name. You know that's not your driver's license number, which allows these institutions to be able to look up that driver's license number, to look up that name and see who this person really is, because there's so much scams and so much fraud going on in the world that banks and institutions are catching on to these scams and these frauds, and they starting to do a little bit more security checks on certain things. Check fraud. So many people in the world are committing check fraud that almost every bank is aware of it, and they're stepping up their security databases. They're doing more verifications to make sure these checks is real and valid. And people are still committing check fraud utilizing CPNs, bad fake checks, and different things. Now, don't get me wrong, there are people who are committing check fraud who utilizes the situation. They're not. I'll put it like this: you got bad scammers and you got good scammers. Just like you got good drug dealers and bad drug dealers, you got drug dealers that's good at it, like they good at making a lot of money. You got drug dealers that don't make a lot of money, so they bad at selling drugs. You got scammers that's good at making a lot of money scamming. You got scammers that's bad at it, don't make a lot of money. So you got people who actually will sit down and then analyze and interpret a way to make something happen the right way. And you got people to just jump up and go do something and not paying attention to the repercussions and the consequences that can happen with doing this. Not even trying to keep themselves safe. Well, let me give you an example. Like there'd be people on the dark web and different platforms buying CVVs, dumps, fools, pins, just fraudulent financial service things, not taking the precautions to keep themselves safe. So let me give you an example. So if somebody was to go on the dark web, buy a stolen credit card, right? Stolen link, whatever, credit card information, debit card information, whatever, right? Common sense would tell you that, okay, all debit card and credit cards have security databases on it, meaning that wherever that person is using their card, that IP address is connected to that card. So all these different locations it's gonna be a little bubble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you go search something, it gives you like a diameter, a space out that you can also search. That's like a credit card. Your credit card has a diameter of a circle of space that you're normally using your card in, because the average American doesn't travel every day, every month, every year. They're in the same area, same space. So that's why when people do travel, they got to get travel alerts on their credit card or debit cards, because that IP address is not recognizable, and it's going to detect this is somewhere that you're not normally using your card. So it's going to make sure that it's you, because you never know what can happen. It can be somebody that got your information on the dark web and they in a whole different state, things like that. You even get security alerts when you are in your town. If you're using your card too much, they will say, if this you, or if your card, or you're not used to making big purchases, you make a purchase that's bigger than usual, it's going to get a security alert. So there are security alerts on credit card or debit cards, and people buy credit card and stolen debit card and credit card numbers off the internet, the dark web, and places, not understanding that. Not so people. There's some people who do their research, and there's just some people that don't. And everything revolves around identity. So then you got people who say, you know what, I'm gonna go buy some identity off the dark web. Then they go get credit cards, Visa signature cards. And people do their research and figure out that, well, this person get a Visa signature card, you can get cash advances off these credit cards. So you get an $8,000 credit card, pull off 6,000. They're gonna try to get as many credit cards as they can to pull off as much money as they can. It's people on the dark web that's making fake bank debit cards and credit cards, fake business checks. I'm talking about real templates, real checks, real check paper, because you got to understand everything is ran off databases. HR departments and these businesses all work off databases and computers, which are coded, and servers and databases and hard drives, and which are easy for scammers and hackers to hack and compromise and get into. So if a scammer or hacker can get into databases and get the template for the checks for that job and the watermarks and all that, it's in the computer. They're gonna do that, and that's what they're doing. Listen, the scam world and the fraud world is evolving as the world is evolving. People are figuring out new ways and new techniques to improve fake checks, fake credit cards, fake debit cards, fake birth certificates, fake IDs, identity theft, you name it. Scams and fraud is up 600 to 800% since COVID-19, and people are not understanding this. So identity theft is very key to a scammer or fraudster, because most scams and fraud come from utilizing identity, utilizing credit profiles. People want to get lump sums of money very fast. You got people that doing credit card fraud, check fraud, mortgage fraud, real estate fraud. It's wherever there's money being made, there's going to be some type of scam or fraud being committed. So it's just all about being more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware of what's going on out there, because identity theft is real. People are buying people's identity off the dark web. People are in these jobs handling our personal information, selling our information to people on the dark web. Or because you got to think about it, when we call it a bank, the bank's got our information. There's so many places that got our information, and when we call, they got to verify that it's really us. So that means that our information is right there in their face. 9 times out of 10, somebody work at a bank. 5 times out of the week, they gonna be working from home 3 times out of the 5. Somebody work at a car dealer, not even a car dealership, but a call center or something like that. They could be working at home 3 times out of 5 days out of the week for sure. I knew somebody that worked at a call center, and she worked at home from 3 days out of 5. So it's just all about understanding, staying more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware of these type of things. Because if you are, you'll know how to keep yourself safe. You'll know how to be more aware, and you keep yourself out of harm's way. So Norton LifeLock, get your Norton LifeLock that'll monitor all your social media accounts, your financial accounts, and to monitor the dark web to make sure none of your information is floating around on there to keep you safe. So make sure you guys get your Norton LifeLock. Also, make sure you guys are freezing your credit profiles from TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, because if they're frozen, nobody can get anything in your name. So make sure if you're not utilizing your credit profiles, make sure you're freezing all 3 of them: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And with your debit and credit cards, make sure you guys are getting new debit and credit cards every so often. We use them every day, and every time we use them, that information is being stored on a new POS machine, a new database. So it's always a hack or a leak or compromise happen. So if you guys are changing your debit and credit card numbers, credit cards, getting new ones every so often, if it was a leak where your information was on that database, you'll be safe. You'll be protected because you already changed your card and got a new number. So that old information is no longer valid. All right. So it's just all about staying more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware of what's going out there, because to be more aware is to be more woke, and to be more woke is to be more safe. All right. So stay more safe, stay more cautious, and be more aware of what's going on out there, because scams and frauds is becoming very popularized, and it's becoming a scam epidemic. Everybody is trying to do some type of scam or fraud to get some type of quick funds, because a lot of people are broke right now. So stay more safe, stay more cautious, and be more aware. Shout out to all my real King Hussle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me to keep going. Y'all motivate me to keep dropping the sauce. And y'all motivate me to keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke, because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime one-on-one limited gyms are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing it for 600. Yes, 600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Also, make sure y'all booking your seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 10 seats available for each session. 250. Ask me anything y'all need. Ask me. Get help with anything y'all want to get help with. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Make sure y'all booking your seat on the crypto tour in person limit gyms. $3,500, $500 deposit. The rest of the money be in person. Make sure y'all booking your seat on the month-long mentorship. 30 days. 30 days, 2,500. Anything you need help with, let's get to work. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato App, Millionaire Network. Still looking for people for the production company. Still looking for rappers, singers, models, producers, cameramen, women, gamers, streamers, and content creators. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell on my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my TikToks, and IGs. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives, these methods, and make sure y'all and with that being said, it's your boy King Hussle. Y'all know how I get down in these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.